From the heart of Beatlemania to the flower power of evolution, there was one man behind the scenes, orchestrating more than just words: Derek Taylor. He wasn't just a publicist. He was a trusted confidant, a creative force, and one of the key figures in shaping the cultural explosion of the 1960s. But who was Derek Taylor beyond the press releases and interviews? How did this once unassuming journalist become an essential figure in the Beatles' story and beyond? In this video, we dive into the fascinating life of Derek Taylor, the man with a golden pen who helped craft the public image of the world's most famous band, all while living through a time of incredible change and artistic evolution. Let's take a journey into the life of a true music industry legend. Derek Taylor was born on May 7, 1932 in rural Cheshire, England, near Liverpool. He grew up in a middle-class family, and after attending grammar school, he pursued a career in journalism. Taylor worked with various regional newspapers, including the Liverpool Daily Post, honing his skills as a writer. His early career saw him covering entertainment stories, which eventually led him to rub shoulders with the flourishing Liverpool music scene in the early 1960s. Derek Taylor married Joan Doherty in 1958, and they had 6 children together. Most of Taylor's personal life has remained private. Taylor's initial connection with the Beatles came in 1963 when he was asked to review their concert at the Manchester Odeon. His article was overwhelmingly positive, which caught the attention of Brian Epstein, the Beatles' manager. This initial contact with Epstein led Taylor to become involved with the band's PR efforts. In 1964, Derek Taylor was hired as the Beatles' press officer. He became an essential figure behind the scenes, managing their public image and dealing with the growing media frenzy surrounding the group. Taylor's eloquent and witty press releases played a crucial role in shaping how the world perceived the Beatles. His friendship with the band members, particularly with George Harrison and John Lennon, grew during this time, and he became more than just a PR man. He was a trusted confidant. By 1965, the pressures of handling the Beatles' public relations were immense, leading to Taylor's temporary departure from his role. He moved to California, where he began working as a publicist for some of the top artists in the U.S. music scene. His most notable association during this period was with the Byrds, a band that became pioneers for their folk rock genre. Taylor was instrumental in helping shape their public image and was also involved with artists like the Beach Boys and the Mamas and the Papas. Derek Taylor returned to the Beatles world in 1968 when they invited him to become the press officer for their newly formed company, Apple Corps. The Beatles were now more than just a band, they were a business, and Taylor was in charge of promoting the vision of Apple Corps as a creative hub for artists. He was once again in the center of the Beatles' activities, helping them navigate the challenging landscape of the late 1960s, including the turbulent final years of the band's career. After the Beatles disbanded in 1970, Taylor continued to work with individual members on various projects. He maintained close ties with George Harrison and was involved in organizing the concert for Bangladesh in 1971, the first major benefit concert in rock history. Taylor also went on to work with other major artists and events in the music industry. In 1973, Derek Taylor published his memoir, As Time Goes By, offering an insider's view of the Beatles and the 1960s counterculture. Known for his sharp wit and storytelling ability, the book became a cherished account of the era. 50 Years Adrift is a limited edition memoir co-written by George Harrison and Derek Taylor. Released in 1984 by Genesis Publications, the book reflects on Taylor's life and career, particularly his close relationship with Harrison and his role as the Beatles' publicist. Harrison not only co-wrote the book, but he also added personal anecdotes and insights. He provided a foreword, collaborated on the content, and included several of his own illustrations and notes, giving readers a window into his dry wit and reflections. The book is a whimsical, nostalgic look back at the 1960s music scene and beyond, with Taylor recounting fascinating stories of his time working with the Beatles. It includes stories about his interactions with other music legends, adventures in his personal life, and his experience in the music industry. The book is filled with letters, photos, and memorabilia from Taylor's archive, providing rare insight into behind-the-scenes moments. Because 50 Years Adrift was published in a limited edition, only 2,000 signed copies, it has become a highly sought-after collector's item. Each book was signed by both George Harrison and Derek Taylor, making it particularly valuable for Beatles collectors. Genesis Publications is known for producing high-quality, beautiful bound books. 50 Years Adrift was crafted with attention to detail, including leather binding, gold embossing, and high-quality paper. It is more than just a memoir. It is considered an artistic collectible. While it focuses on the music and the Beatles era, 50 Years Adrift is also a reflection on the passage of time, friendship, and cultural shifts of the 1960s and 1970s. Both Taylor and Harrison's perspectives blend together to offer a rich narrative about the spirit of the time. If you're a Beatles fan or a collector of rare memorabilia, this book is both an important historical document and a beautifully produced work. Taylor continued working in public relations throughout the 1970s and 1980s, returning to Albacore in the late 1980s to help oversee the Beatles' legacy projects. He was deeply involved in the production of the Beatles anthology series in the mid-1990s, which revived the worldwide interest in the band and provided a comprehensive documentary of their career. On September 8, 1997, Taylor passed away in Suffolk, England, after battling throat cancer. He was just 65 years old. Despite the whirlwind of his professional life, he remained married to Joan until his death and was a family-oriented man. He is remembered fondly by his family and friends, and his influence on the music industry, particularly his role in shaping the Beatles' image, remains significant. Taylor's unique blend of literary talent, wit, and personal charm made him one of the most respected figures in 1960s music history. Taylor is remembered not just as a publicist, but as an integral figure in the Beatles' journey. His flair for language and his deep personal connection with the band allowed him to present them to the world in a way that resonated with millions. His contributions to the industry, including his role in pioneering the idea of rock and roll as something deeper than just entertainment, have had a lasting impact on music and culture. Derek Taylor's story is a testament to the powers of words, the impact of relationships, and the role of visionaries in shaping the course of cultural history. From his influential work with the Beatles to his contributions as a writer and journalist, Taylor's legacy is a reminder of the unsung heroes behind the scenes who helped create and shape the stories we cherish. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Derek Taylor. If you enjoyed this exploration into the life of a true behind-the-scenes legend, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more content on fascinating figures who shaped our world. And let me know in the comments, who should I spotlight next? Thanks for watching. Bye.